I'll get y'all caught up on the biggest storylines coming out of Week 5 in the NFL. Don't go anywhere because Sports Update's coming up after the break. Welcome back. I'm James Farrar with today's Sports Update. We're 5 weeks into the NFL season already, which means there's enough of a sample size to start separating the contenders from the pretenders, the disappointments and surprises, and in one team's case, an especially early season coaching change. The week's most anticipated game this time was Aaron Rodgers and the Packers traveling to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Both teams were coming in 3-1 and coming off a loss, but early on it was the Packers who looked like they came ready to play. They jumped out to an early 17-0 halftime lead and were up 31-3 midway through the third. Dallas fought back to get within 10, but that was all they could do, losing 34-24 to fall to 3-2. For the Packers, it was the ground game that carried the offense. Running back Aaron Jones, a Texas native, went off for 183 yards from scrimmage and 4 touchdowns. For Dallas, the offense was shaky for a second week in a row. Quarterback Dak Prescott did have 463 yards, a career high, but he also matched a career high with 3 interceptions. Newly paid running back Ezekiel Elliott was held to under 70 yards for the second week in a row, averaging 48 yards on 15 carries in the back-to-back losses. Elsewhere around the league, the Saints continued to roll, moving to 4-1 overall and 3-0 since losing future Hall of Fame quarterback Drew Brees. They defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31-24. Backup Teddy Bridgewater had 314 yards and 4 touchdowns in the game. The defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots are one of the only 2 remaining undefeated teams left after they beat the Washington Redskins 33-7. Tom Brady passed Brett Favre and moved into 3rd on the all-time career passing yards record. The loss dropped Washington to 0-5, and this morning, Jay Gruden became the first head coach to get fired this season. In addition to the poor start, Gruden was heavily criticized last week when he put rookie QB and future face of the franchise Dwayne Haskins into a bad situation with under 2 minutes left in the first half and the team down by 17. Haskins looked unprepared and overwhelmed, which is what the team had been trying to avoid with their patient approach. And finally, a scary moment in Pittsburgh when Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph was sandwiched between 2 defenders and took a hit from safety Earl Thomas in the team's 26-23 loss to the Baltimore Ravens. Rudolph was motionless on the ground after the hit, and it was later confirmed he was knocked unconscious. QB was taken to an area hospital and later released, but he remains in the NFL's concussion protocol, meaning Pittsburgh is now forced to turn to Delvin Hodges, the team's 3rd starting QB in the last 4 weeks. Hodges was elevated off the practice squad last week when starting quarterback Ben Roethlisberger was forced to have season-ending surgery. That's everything I've got for you today. So let's get you back over to the news desk.